My name is Brian, 22. Today I'll be talking about what is love. I've been working on the short film for the last month and a half, and ever since I came to Alaska, moving from home, what better way to talk about what is love than to actually view it? What is love? Now, I feel like there are two definitions of what love is. Now, a lot of us can probably relate, and I feel like by a lot of us, I mean many of us. Google definition of what love means: an intense feeling of deep affection. Now, to me, love is very emotional. I feel like we all can define love in different ways. Love is such a common language. It can be shown through hugs, kisses, anything along those lines, really. It's what makes humanity unique, like what we as humans kind of relate on, whether if you're not emotional, whether you are. Love is very special. It's one of the most special things that I could think of, especially in this human world. Now, there are different kinds of love, love can be based off friends, family, and even relationships, and that's what I kind of want to dive deep into, kind of get the idea of what love is. Now, this is for the general audience, whether if you're not emotional or whether you are. Love can mean a lot of different things to people, whether you love through your hobbies or through your friends or anything along those lines. Family. Family can range upon people who are external in your life, and what I mean by that is like they're the people who are going to stand by your side, whether you do wrong or right, Now, and in that kind of term, love is like, you don't feel it as often. It's crazy. Love is something with them, at least, you don't feel. In terms of like family, they're going to be the ones that stand by your side. Now, it also depends on case by case scenario. Some of you may not be able to relate back on family, but you guys can actually relate back on friends. But that's what's crazy, is that depending on the situation and whether if your family is there for you or not, love can be powerful. For example, like my brother, one of the most inspirational people I've met or I've grew up with, I wouldn't be here without him. And that's the thing, is that he made me who I am today. And I love him for that. That also brings me to friends. Now, some of you may not have a family, or some of you may not be close with your family, but that's where you look for friends. These are people that are going to be able to kind of shape you of who you are to this day. And it's crazy. They're the ones that are going to be the most influential, and they're going to be the ones that show you the value of what you value in life, really. And that kind of love is different. Some of these friends are meant to stay in your life, and some of these friends are actually coming and going. They're there for only a certain time because who knows what. And some people would say, oh, well, God put them there in my case for so-and-so. Or some people believe that they're just there to be there, and they're there because they just grow apart. Love is very, very unique, and I really think love can empower a lot of relationships too. Love can really show that. And between the friends that I have done nothing but greatness, and they have taught me different things. And I can't ever regret that, from the friends that I made to the mistakes I made in the past. The crazy thing about love is that you can really base your decisions off of your feelings. Base those decisions, you do it with the true intent, Now, a lot of us, we tend to think with logic, and we tend to think with more of what's going on factually rather than feeling-wise. And some of us think feeling-wise, and that's okay. But the difference between the two is that one has a big intent and the other has more of a mind of its own. Like, you decipher what you want to do. And what I mean by, like, when it comes to friends in that aspect, friends, you choose your friends, right? And you choose your friends based off of your feelings and based off of like what you think is right but many of us choose those friends based off of like what just feels right. You know, it's the difference between thinking and feeling. And that's the crazy thing, is love can really amplify that. There are different kinds of love, you know? There are very different kinds of love, different languages. And within those languages, one of them, for example, is acts of service. You do things that for your partner that makes it feel appreciated, you know? And that could be buying them flowers or helping with errands or anything that makes them feel appreciated around you. And that is like, we all have different kinds of love languages. It is based upon the relationships that we have. Like, some of us might prefer quality time. And within quality time, it means that you personally prefer like cuddling or just the small stuff, or running to the gas station together or anything along those lines. That is what love really is. Now, from a relationship standpoint, love is beautiful. It really is. Especially when you find one that you can be eternal with. Personally believe twin flames are people who cause chaos in your life. Now, we all have different ideas of what a twin flame is, whether if you don't know what it is or whether if you do. I personally believe in that they are there to cause chaos in your life and show you who you are as a person, what you need to do to fix it. They're not a forever. And it sucks, you know? It could be either your first love, or it could be someone you spend a mass amount of years with. And maybe it might not be with that person, but for sure, like, you get to learn of who you are. Soulmates. Soulmates are a different thing. Soulmates are people that you're gonna be there forever. I was told once that somebody or a significant other should compliment who you are and what you do, and you should do the same, vice versa. And I took that as, if I do X, Y, and Z, then they should really help me shine upon of like those decisions that I make. Now that doesn't just mean support me in different ways and manner, or, you know, this means like they value what I do, you know, because value goes a long way. Love is a value. Personally, I honestly think love is just one of those things that humankind cannot ever fathom or ever explain on why we feel such a way and why we think that way, you know. But I feel like without love, this world would be bland. This world wouldn't be what it is today. We find love in terms of how we come across it and how we proceed to do it with a passion, you know? There are a mass amount of things that what love can teach us. And I feel like that's so fucking cool. And what made me make this video was that coming to Alaska was one of the slower paced. And I feel like with that kind of intent, I got to focus on my emotions and who I wanted to feel. I feel like I kind of learned how to be who I am, and I shouldn't be afraid of it. You know, like, throughout the time I've been here, I've learned to love positively. It's crazy. Love is just one of those things that you'll never be able to explain as a human being. Words can't even put what love is. It's just really a feeling. That's all I got. I hope everybody is doing okay. Go out there and love your friends, your family, your lovers. It's important. Hold them close, because you never know where life can take you. This world is crazy. So enjoy every moment of it and do your best, but with love, because that's all that matters.
It's mad how I got so deep. It's mad how I got so high. It's mad how you got me falling.
can tell, then you see the road. I'm out to my soul, a tip of the size. Whenever the smoke clear out of my face, and my picture perfect, do I look fried? All of that green and yellow that drip from your eyes is telling. Tell your demise, I'm with to my side to push back the ceiling and push back the feelings I had.